All right, everybody. Okay. Hey everyone, Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here, tracking a couple of storms popping up across the region. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for areas across Marion, Alachua, and parts of Putnam County. So as we take a closer look here, right near McIntosh, Reddick, Ocala, just south of Hawthorne, Gainesville, and even Salt Springs area. Can probably hear a lot of lightning and thunder with this storm. Let me switch over to the Jacksonville radar to get a better view of this, but really just wanted to come on and talk about this storm right here. Also talk about a couple of other storms that we're starting to see pop up across the region. But a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 5:30 p.m. for Alachua, parts of Marion, and parts of Putnam County. So if you are seeing any of that storm and would like to write in, definitely let us know. We are live here on Facebook and we are live here on YouTube as well. So we would love to hear what you're seeing if you are in the vicinity of this storm. Definitely let us know. Also, we are going to be going on a little bit late tonight. We're keeping an eye on racing, and that's what's going to be pushing us back a little bit. So we should be live from 6 if racing doesn't go over to around 7 o'clock. So again, overall, if you're just joining us, keeping an eye on a severe thunderstorm warning. Lots of lightning, seeing about 300 lightning strikes in the Ocala up to McIntosh, Gainesville, even Pomona Park, and over to Crescent City area. So just within this one frame, seeing a lot of lightning. And I'm switching over on my phone over here to our National Weather Service chat just to see if they're seeing any storm reports as well. There are reports of some hail, looking at about 3/4 inch hail within that region. So lightning is off, and you can see right here that bright pink spot. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right there. Going to be seeing heavy rain right by McIntosh and is it McCanopy? Couldn't see behind the little marquee right there, but overall still keeping an eye on the severe thunderstorm warning. A little bit of a possibility of hail right in the junction between Putnam, Marion, and Alachua County right here, and I think that's where it's going to be picking up a little bit of hail. Maybe not quite yet, but let's take a look at our triple threat in our threat mode right here as well. So that's something that we're going to be watching. And again, if you're just joining us, seeing the possibility of some very heavy rain, little bit of shear. So let's actually check that out right now. Our storm relative velocity doesn't look like anything there, but that's from our Melbourne radar. Let's check out our Jacksonville radar. Okay, it looks like there's just a good outflow boundary. So if you are in the area of Salt Springs, let me pop up our places. Bay Lake, Eureka, and even Hog Valley going to be seeing a lot of wind, and that is the main reason why we start to see these severe thunderstorm warnings get issued. It's not because of the lightning, and boy, there is a lot of it out there right now, but especially the wind and the possibility of hail. Those are the two factors that we see with severe thunderstorm warnings. Writing in, Elaine coming in from seeing heavy lightning right there on Facebook. Saturday night at Fred was delayed due to thunder and lightning. Stuck on the monorail line. Oh, yikes, Michaela. We're probably going to see a couple delays there as well. Let me hop over to our Facebook page. Hey, Ocoee checking in. Shelly, what are you seeing in Ocoee? Seeing a lot of thunder around that area as well. So that's what we're looking at on our YouTube page. But yes, most likely going to be seeing a couple of delays right by the airport as we see a couple more storms starting to fire up. Here's our hail swath, taking a look at our Jacksonville radar. Oops, let's click out a couple things. So this is, again, using our Jacksonville radar to get a little bit of a better view of this storm. And let's switch over to our severe products, taking a look at our hail threat. Doesn't look like anything right now, but I am a little curious to see if there is some at least very heavy rain or something within that realm in there. So once again, checking back in from our Melbourne radar, seeing just a lot of heavy rain. It looks like the majority of the hail has started to back out a little bit, which is good news. And again, if you're just joining us, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 5:30 p.m. for Marion, parts of Alachua, and Putnam County. So right at the junction between the three. And we'll take a look at a couple of folks writing in asking what it's going to be like within the next couple of hours for their area. I can see y'all on Facebook writing in. But right now, still focusing in on this little chunk right here. And once again, checking back on our National Weather Service chat. No updates quite yet, but we are they did get a report of a 45 mile per hour gust, which does classify this as a severe thunderstorm warning. Popping back up on our lightning. So lightning is a good indicator of if a storm is strengthening or not. So once we see that lightning count start to go up, it usually means that there's something happening with inside the storm, whether it's continuing to build up or it's crashing down and dying out. So that's something that we're going to be watching very closely through the rest of the evening. Kind of just seeing a whole bunch of like little storms popping up all across the region. We have one right at the junction. This is the severe thunderstorm warning that we have been monitoring for the past couple of minutes. Lots of lightning there, and then kind of following down the I-75 corridor, Ocala. Saw somebody write in from Ocala. I believe that was on our YouTube page. Writing in from Ocala. Shoot, I forget who wrote in. But somebody wrote in. Oh, Ocoee. There we go. Haha, there we go. Shelly writing in from Ocoee. Shelly, you're probably seeing a good amount of storms as well in your area, but further down towards Ocala, seeing a good amount of lightning there. Maybe the possibility of a little bit of hail. We'll check in on that in a second. Villages may be seeing a little bit of rain, some light rain, but you have a storm that's just off to the west, and luckily most of these storms are either A, going to just rain themselves out as they're kind of just sticking around, or they're slowly going to be moving west. So I saw someone write in the villages that they're not seeing anything right now, but you might be seeing something within the next couple of minutes. Over in Volusia County, from kind of on the border of Marion and Volusia County, Salt Springs starting to see some thunderstorms, Pearson starting to see some thunderstorms, as well as northwestern Orange County, here at our Fox 35 studios. Yeah, I don't know if anyone heard that, but that is the thunder that's right here near the Lake Mary I-4 corridor, and that's something that we're going to be watching as well. Looked like this storm was under a special weather statement over Zellwood, Plymouth, making its way, where's Apopka is also in here, right? Yeah. Going to continue to monitor this storm. The storm does look like it's raining itself out, but that's the thing with these storms. If they stay stationary, it could be more of a flooding threat as opposed to anything, just because they kind of just rain themselves out. So that's something that we're going to be continuing to watch. But it looks like we're seeing especially parts of Lake County from Leesburg all the way down to Clay Island and Zellwood, still seeing some thunderstorms continuing to pop up. And we have this little storm over here in eastern Orange County as well that just looks like it picked up quite a bit. Looks like it's starting to rain itself out. But we're going to continue to monitor those storms across the region. Zooming back in on our severe thunderstorm warning, again, seeing a good amount of lightning with this storm in particular. I'm going to switch over to our velocity on our clear scan radar. Okay, it does look like it's starting to rain itself out a little bit. But let me check in again on our National Weather Service chat, seeing if they're getting any other severe thunderstorm warnings. But luckily, though, this severe thunderstorm warning is going to be expiring at 5:30. So we got about 4 minutes left. Does seem to be really starting to break up. We're starting to see, I'll take the lightning off for a second. Not only the lightning counts go down, but we can start to see that heavy, heavy rain starting to lift up as well. So good news right there. Switching gears very quickly. Wow, that thunder. Believe me, folks, for the past couple days, I swear, that thunder has been so loud. And I don't know if anyone else agrees with me on this one. I feel like the thunder and the lightning especially has been something I've never seen for sure for the past couple days. And just the amount of sound that it creates, it's crazy. Once again, just keeping an eye on that cluster of storms that's going to be expiring within the next couple of minutes. But something that we were seeing is very, very gusty wind. So we weren't necessarily looking for any rotation. I know this is the tool that we normally look at with rotation, but you can just see that downburst of heavy, heavy wind, which probably clocked in that 45 to 50 mile per hour gust that was reported by the National Weather Service. Let's do a quick check to see if there was any hail with that storm as well. Switch over to our Jacksonville radar, because even if it was a couple of minutes ago, definitely still is something. Okay. Okay, it doesn't look like there was any hail yet. At least picked up by radar. It may have still happened, but it's still just a little unsure. Sometimes if it's just either very heavy rain versus the heavy hail. But overall, let's take a look at a couple of comments now that we're starting to see that severe thunderstorm warning wind down. We'll start off on our Facebook page. Folks writing in, Michaela, if for some folks that weren't here when I was first reading these off, Michaela saying that she returned to Orlando on Saturday. Flight was delayed. Yes, we had a lot of delays yesterday because of those storms, especially in the Orlando area where it really started to pick up. Denise writing in from the Villages. Let's start over there. I'm going to switch over to our clear scan radar to give you the best view. Maybe a little bit of drizzle, but you do have some storms just off to your west, and maybe a couple more storms trying to sneak up towards the Villages through the rest of the evening. Sean writing in from Mount Dora. Let's scoot over there in that area. Still seeing some thunder just up by Zellwood and Apopka area, so that's going to be more in that area of the Mount Dora, Apopka area. So we're going to continue to monitor that storm that's probably just off to your north there, Sean. Fritz writing in from the Melbourne radar works from that storm far away. That's impressive. Yes, so the Melbourne radar, but we also switch between our depending on where a storm is, we'll either switch between our Melbourne radar, which is all the way down here. The product that I was using a couple minutes ago was actually our Bithlow radar, our Fox 35 Storm Team radar. And then also a couple minutes ago when I was looking at this storm, we were mainly using the Jacksonville radar. So hopefully that helped a little bit. Writing in, today's weather was crazy on and off, but no rain. Yes, everyone will notice much more breezy conditions, and that's going to be due to Erin over the next couple of days. So heads up for that, folks. Especially, you might want to pack that windbreaker as we head through the next couple of days. Switching over to our YouTube channel, writing up also in where we are live. So let's actually do a little bit of a reset. Still keeping an eye on a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms, and seeing a couple people writing in. Shelly, we talked about a little bit earlier, but Ocoee, let's actually zoom in on Ocoee. Continuing to see that storm just off to the north, so we're going to be very much watching that. It looks like it's starting to die down and break up a little bit, but we're really just seeing some rumbles of thunder all across the region. Let's see, my windshield is obscure. Yeah, so something about Florida rain. I grew up in New England, so driving in snow, that was intense. I was always a little scared to drive in the snow, but we do it anyway. But driving in Florida rain, that is something that is completely different. I don't think I try to avoid it as much as possible. Still seeing a couple folks writing in from Eustis. Kevin writing in from Eustis. Let's take a look at that. Let me read over here. Eustis looks clear right now. Maybe a couple more storms starting to pop up as we head through the rest of the evening, but also Mount Dora, Tavares also seeing some very scattered showers that are going to slowly start to come up even a little bit more from this storm right here. So heads up with that. Shelly also writing in once again, lightning and thunder here in Ocoee. Yeah, that lightning you can hear from quite a bit. Some of these comments are pretty creative. I like this. Hi from Miami, Florida. How are things? Oh, it looks like we have a little bit of a conversation going. Folks traveling down to Miami as we head through next weekend. But overall, that's what we're looking at right now. So that severe thunderstorm warning has expired. It's 5:31 right now, but just going to be continuing to see these storms pick up and die down through the rest of the evening. We're seeing most of these storms starting to make this, ooh, my goodness, hold on, that's a little bit too close for comfort there. Seeing these storms continuing to either pick up and rain themselves out through the rest of the evening or slowly starting to make this westerly track. So we're going to continue to monitor these, but majority of the storms are going to be staying north of I-4 through the rest of the evening. We're still keeping an eye on a couple of thunderstorms down in Osceola County, so going to be seeing right on the border of Osceola County and Polk County, moving out of Yeehaw Junction, moving south of Polk County now. Some of these thunderstorms right here, but I think most of the storms for the rest of the evening are going to continue to pick up across north of the I-4 corridor. We're going to probably see some thunderstorms south of Yeehaw Junction really start to pick up because we're starting to see some boundary collisions start to happen. But that's really what we're going to continue to focus on as these little boundaries all in here start to collide. And we're already starting to see some of those storms pick up quite a bit in across the Spring Hill area and closer to the villages in Sumter County through the rest of the evening. All right, folks, so I am actually going to be getting ready for our 6 o'clock show. We are on after racing tonight, so tune into Fox 35 for about 6 o'clock. Whenever racing done, then we'll get on the air. But definitely make sure you join us then. We'll talk about the tropics, we'll talk about the start of your work week, and we'll track the rest of the storms that are lingering out there right now. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining. Tune in tonight at 6 or whenever racing gets over, and hope everyone has a great and safe rest of the weekend. Have a great night.